Brian Baldinger joins us now. Hey, Baldy, thanks for joining us.
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
What's up, Baldy?
We're doing good, except for football team's not doing great. We're doing fine, though.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you a challenge for the first question.
Okay. All right, let's go, Spike.
Here's my challenge. Give me one piece of information that would make, based on what you have seen, that would make me optimistic about the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles season.
Field goal kicker's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Maybe you should kick extra points rather than go for 2-point conversions.
Right.
No, I mean, you just base that question, Spike, off what we saw last week in Chicago. You wouldn't say anything is good.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen anybody do what Chicago did to Philadelphia in a long, long time. I don't know the last time I saw a team just pound another team in Philadelphia on their field like that. I can't recall.
So it happened on both sides of the football. We'll start with offense. I guess just a top line macro question: what is wrong, and why can't they move the football?
Well, they don't move. In order to move the football, I mean, it usually starts on the ground. You got to move the line of scrimmage, and they don't move the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's almost kind of like, honestly, like I'm a fan of the tush push. I like it. I think it's Philly's own. They've developed it, and they've been good at it. But, in third and one, sometimes you just want to go knock the hell out of somebody, rather than try to tush push it and ball gets, ripped out of Jalen's hands and change the whole game. But, they're not moving the line of scrimmage. So that starts. And then, look, Chicago had success playing just a blitz zero look, and Jalen wasn't good against it. For whatever reason, he wasn't good. I mean, he had, Devontae's going to score a touchdown if he hits him in stride. The first time the ball is thrown, and then he's just late. He's just late with his throws. He sees it sometimes, and then he's late sometimes with it. And in this league, if you're late with the ball, I mean, these guys move too fast. They're going to close in. So 3rd and 6, you throw a ball late to A.J. Brown, they tackle him for a 3-yard gain. And you got to punt. So some of it is the line of scrimmage. They're not doing good, obviously. Saquon goes from averaging 5.8 yards a carry a year ago to 3.7 yards a carry. I don't think Saquon has physically gone that far backwards, but it's just watching these games. I mean, they're not moving the line of scrimmage. And that was not a good run defense in Chicago at all.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Baldy. I didn't expect much resistance from this Bears team, but give them credit. They showed up, and they certainly dominated on the line of scrimmage. How much of that do you think, from an Eagles offensive standpoint, that not having Lane out there is either limiting what we can do or just hampering what we're able to do?
Well, I mean, look, Lane is the gold standard at right tackle in this business. I'm sure just getting in the huddle and seeing Lane there, you feel a whole lot better about your whole team. Mm-hmm. He just gives you that kind of confidence. I haven't seen a guy beat him all year. And then there's a trickle-down effect, Ike, where, okay, Fred's now the starting tackle, and, you don't have the same, 6 offensive tackle formation that you had when Fred would go in there and play that, that third tackle or tight end position. So you kind of lose that. So there's a little trickle-down effect to it. But, there's nobody that can cut off the backside in the run game the way nobody can run like Lane. Nobody can cut off on the backside the way he can.
Yeah.
So backside blocks are just as important as frontside blocks. And so you're not getting the backside cutoffs either that you're used to seeing from Lane. And, there's really nobody better in this whole business than that. So there was some of that for sure. And really the record with or without Lane kind of speaks to that to a great degree. But it doesn't absolve them from still not being able to move the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm also starting to notice something, too, that Jalen, it started in that Cowboys game, and I saw it a little bit in the Chicago game, leaving the pocket early, leaving the pocket when pressure appears to be there versus stepping up in the pocket and making throws. I know that's been an issue in the past. I'm just wondering if he is dropping his eyes versus sitting in there and seeing things, and he's feeling pressure that isn't there sometimes.
Well, he's been guilty of that. Like, there's no question. In the past,
yeah,
he's guilty of that now. I don't. It's hard to say he should have seen this, he should have seen that. I mean, we don't know what the reads tell him to do. We don't know what he's been coached to do. So, like, I don't like to play a guessing game.
Sure.
But, I mean, A.J. Brown's their go-to guy. You got a third down play, and A.J.'s in a crosser. And, they basically run the play for him. They're clearing out the other side, throw the ball to A.J., get it to him in stride. He probably scores a touchdown in that game against Chicago. And I don't know what Jalen was looking at. Like, he's not looking at A.J., and then the pressure gets to him, and he kind of dumps it, tries to get it to Goddard, and it's too late. There was a lot of third down stops there where, you got to stay on the field on third down, and I thought there was opportunities. So some of it is certainly on Jalen and what he's looking at or what he isn't looking at for sure.
So before we get to the defense, because that was a stunning display from them as well, last thing on the offense is there has been, both nationally and here, a focus on the play calling. When you're watching it, are you saying to yourself, what's going on with the play calling, or does it seem more like the plays are there and they're not making them?
I thought I have seen that before, Spike. I've seen that. But I didn't think last week it was play calling. I mean, they put a play in to start the third quarter that was, you could tell that they're trying new things. They have two backs in the backfield. They fake it, to one, and they throw it to Saquon. Saquon doesn't look like he knows the ball's coming to him, and it looks just like an ugly play. I'm sure everybody was booing. The people that, had already gotten their beer at halftime, I'm sure they were letting them know about it. And it just seemed like a weird play. But for the most part, I thought there was opportunities to make a lot of plays last week, and they didn't get them done. And so I don't want to – I could have done that with other games with Kevin where it looked like I could call this play out, just from watching it. But I thought there was a lot of opportunities last week, especially in a 10-9 game. There was a lot of opportunities to go win that game in the second half, I thought.
So over to the defense, there have been times this year where teams have run on the Eagles, but it has never looked like that. So when you're watching that back, were they just dominated physically? What caused the Bears to be able to run on the Eagles the way they were able to do it?
Well, there was no run fits. I mean, the goal line touchdown run by Manungai, I don't know what Jalen Carter's doing. He's going upfield out of his gap. Chasing a quarterback, maybe on a bootleg, but, just open up the gap on the goal line. You just don't see goal line defenses like that. Goal line defense, you just plug the gaps. You just penetrate as much as you can, and you make it hard to score. And Manungai walked in. But, some of those runs, DJ Moore's in the backfield, they made it look like that was a big deal. Like they're covering, like the ends are covering DJ Moore coming out of the backfield, and they're running the split zone and just open up the backside. I think Darnell Wright's a good player, but he looked like he was, Anthony Munoz out there. Larry Allen. He was just caving in the whole side, and nobody seemed like the run fits were awful. Like, where were they? Yeah. Like that, and then the tackling was atrocious by everybody, whether it was Sidney Brown, Blankenship. The tackling was atrocious. So runs that went for 30 yards. Or 17 yards should have gone for 5. So, but up front, that's where it all starts with. You should be able to put a blindfold in week 13 on guys, and they know exactly where they're supposed to be, and that wasn't the case.
This is just dumb regular guy analysis like me, and not tape like you. It looked like a team that let go of the rope to me. I haven't seen the Eagles physically dominated like that in a very long time, and they have that. Given all the injuries, they should not look the way that they looked, and that was the thing that felt bad to me. It just felt like a team that wasn't there mentally.
Well, I would go further. Like, did they hit anybody in that game? Did you hear one hit? Did you see one hit? Like, we just watched Christian Ellis lay out Jackson Dart the other day.
Man.
An illegal hit.
Yeah.
Like, a legal hit, right?
Yeah.
And he sent, what? I didn't see a single hit in that game.
Yeah.
Did anybody want to hit anybody? I know it's Black Friday. Maybe everybody thought we should be, shopping at the Cherry Hill Mall or something. But, I didn't see a single hit in that game. Nobody smacked anybody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Philadelphia – Philadelphia fans have seen bad football, but at least if we see some hitting out there, we're going to be a little bit more charged up than what they were. I didn't see a single hit in that game.
I agree.
So we don't see much of the Chargers. We play the Chargers on Monday night. What are we looking at in that game, like from an opponent standpoint? Like, what kind of a team is it? What can we take advantage of, and what do we have to worry about the most?
Well, look, Justin Herbert just had his hand surgically repaired. I don't know, left hand. So I don't know, handing off the ball or taking a snap, if that's going to be an issue. That's one thing.
Yep.
It looks like he's going to play. But, he just have surgery. You might want to test, like, how good that, the sewing of that surgery is. Just test it out. Mm-hmm. But, they're playing two backup tackles in there. It's not what it was. They're playing a 14 running back, Kalani Vidal. But they better take the kid serious now.
Yes,
He's
sir.
300-yard games this year as a backup. I don't know if Amarian Hampton's ready to go net or not, but he's a big-time back if he is. They play two defensive tackles at fullback. Matlock is one of them. He's 315 pounds. He's a lead blocker. He kind of does everything, a little like Patrick Ricard in Baltimore. Defensively, they got a kid right from West Philadelphia, high school, Tierre Tart, kind of anchors the middle. But, Derwin James and Khalil Mack and, Denzel Perriman, Dayon Henley, like all those guys will smack you. They're all good players. I mean, it took 2 plays last week for Khalil Mack to get the ball out of Geno Smith's hands. The guy's got 36 forced fumbles in his career. Like you better, be able to buckle it up against that guy. He's got heavy hands. He's got great power. He's on his way to a Hall of Fame career right now. So Derwin James, number 3, like the closer he is to the line of scrimmage, the more damage he gets and more damage he does. So they're good physical defense. They play a lot of press man coverage, young corners, Tarheeb Still, like, some of these guys are young, but they're used to like manning you up on the outside. So you're going to get some one-on-ones for sure for Devontae and for AJ in this game.
All right, Baldy. Thanks as always. We will talk to you next Wednesday. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, you guys. See you, man.
There he is, Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast, Insider Calls, brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.